You got to get out more. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Give yourselves a great round of applause for coming out for comedy, live comedy, right here at Studio on 4th, downtown, almost Reno, right near the Mission. So keep your hands in your pockets and hand out food on the way out, please. Anyway, we want to thank you very much for coming out with Thirsty Genius Presents with Studio on 4th and part of ARTOWN events. So we appreciate everything you can do, especially you people at the bar so that everybody can hear in here. So you want to make sure you keep it down. I'm a bitch, but I'm a big bitch and I've got the microphone. Anyway, I want to thank you all and we appreciate it. We have a great show for you tonight. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce your host and MC for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice round of applause for my friend, Mr. Adam Holwerda. Give it up, please.
Hello, everybody. My name's Adam. Oh, that was not a joke. Okay. My name's Adam Holwerda. Just a little bit about me to start, to introduce myself. I think I'm about 5% gay, or whatever percentage of my body my right hand takes up. It's kind of a weird introduction because usually after an introduction you shake hands. But I won't do that to all of you. It's fine. It's good. So I look a little young, which is kind of interesting sometimes. Like I get carded a lot. Like I got carded tonight and I'm in the show. I'm on the poster and I'm here and I got carded, but the weirdest time I ever got carded, I was at Walmart and I went up to the cashier and I had a beer and she asked me for my ID and I gave it to her. She looked at it and she looked at me and she said, "You look older in the picture than you do now. I'm gonna have to call a manager," which I did not want to happen. Less time between me and drinking that beer. So I was like, well, let me just tell you what your manager hopefully would tell you, which is that my wallet is not a fucking time machine. Totally wasn't. Then I was getting my hair cut, and the lady asked me if I had any kids, which I thought was kind of weird, because people usually don't ask me if I have any kids. So I said no, and then she said, "One day kids?" And I said, well, hopefully, but more likely I'll get stuck with a few 6 or 7 decade kids. And also, like, one day kids, plural, sort of suspicious. All right. Well, we're getting it started here. We're doing this. Anybody from where I work here? Anybody? Who is that? Who are you? Okay, no, nobody's here from work. I work at a publishing company. It's very small. My girlfriend is here. I got her an internship for the summer because I'm nice. So anyway, nobody comes from work because it's like you ask them to come once or twice. They're like, yeah, sure, I might have something that night. Third time you ask, they're like, hey, man, do I ask you to come out and watch me fail at my hobby? You don't ask that. I like my job. I'm a graphic designer at a publishing company, and I figure I spend about 80% of the time at work trying to figure out a way to fart so it doesn't get back to me. So really, it's like I'm getting paid $18,000 a year to be a graphic designer and $39,000 a year to be a silent fart assassin. It's kind of funny. I used to watch that show, John and K plus 8. You guys know that show? Crazy show. It got me thinking about relationships and about the future, and I was like, well, I think the amount of kids I'm going to have depends on whatever number my future wife's name rhymes with. So I had to break it off with J11, because I couldn't do that. What was that, sir? Okay, well, you don't have to say anything. I think what's interesting about watching the Weather Channel is nothing, but if you do watch the Weather Channel, all you know at the end of an hour is like, hey, there's a 30% chance this may or may not happen today. Dress accordingly. Also, like, that's entertainment. Like, that's things people spend money on. And if that can be on TV, like, I want to have my own channel. I want to have my own, sort of irons in the fire. And I was thinking of a channel that would be like news for things that were going to happen no matter what. Like in 5 billion years, the sun will turn into a red dwarf, expand, engulf the earth, killing everyone and everything. And on Sunday, Lindsay Lohan goes back to jail. That joke's only been true 4 times since I wrote it. I was at a strip club recently, and you know how strippers are after you're there for a while, they come over and they sit next to you and they talk to you because they want you to spend money for them to rub their butt on your chest. But this one came over and she was really nice, so I talked to her, and her stage name was Diamond. And I was kind of drunk, so I was like, hey, what's your real name? And she goes, Amber. I was like, that's not really a stretch, is it? Sort of started out that way. Yeah, then I invited her. She thought I was funny, so I invited her to the comedy show. Not this one, but another one. And she got really all serious and was like, you can't invite me to your comedy show. That's solicitation of prostitution. And I was like, shit, I owe a lot of women a lot of money. So I'm originally from Michigan. Is anyone else from the northern Midwest? Nebraska. I don't know if I would count that. So growing up in Michigan wasn't really that weird, but I don't know. The first part of my life, I thought of Detroit was a magical type of tiger that turned into a lion around August and made my dad drink. And yeah, I also thought the state bird was a tire with wings on it. But I moved here about 4 years ago. I live in Carson City, which I'm not happy to admit. It's someone who's from here, from Carson. Did you like driving on the new bridge? It's a lot quicker, isn't it? It's a lot quicker. I'm glad that Reno's finally adopting cool things from San Francisco. Like a place to kill yourself. So yeah, I just think this whole part of America is kind of weird. Like Reno's kind of strange. I read this news article recently. It was like, in the Reno News, man walks away from Reno prison. And I read the article, and that's exactly what it was. Like this guy he didn't break out. He just left. I thought that was the whole point of a prison. So you can't just do that. And it was weird because, isn't there a guy up in the gate, or a guy up in a tower being like, okay, I know what to do if he's running, but I wasn't trained for a situation where, dude just walks away. I'm not saying shoot him, just, call down to the gate guy and make sure it isn't open, right? What the hell? That's kind of interesting. I know if you're wondering at all about the aftermath of that story, because I looked it up. The guy who escaped was convicted 3 times for driving under the influence. And I just couldn't sleep at night knowing that out there somewhere was an unluckier version of me. Got 2 of them, you shouldn't be here. Oh, good. So my parents, when I was in college, moved to Alabama. Sold my house, moved to Alabama, which I wasn't extremely happy about because it was about to be spring break, so I had no home to go to. So I just slept in that guy's backyard for a week, which is weird for him. And my parents moved to Alabama, and I was like, why? You were with me when we watched Forrest Gump. It's just weird, and I've been to the South a lot because of that. I go to the South a lot, and there's just some weird stuff. You see some weird stuff, I was jogging, and you know those pants that you see that girls wear that say like juicy or pink on the butt? It's like a butt bumper sticker. I saw a pair of these pants that said barefoot, pregnant, and proud. And then I passed that guy, and I was like, dude, your wife must be at home like barefoot, pregnant, and ashamed. Then I went into a Subway at some point in the South. I'm not sure which one it was. It might have been in Virginia. But I asked for a meatball sub, and the guy looked at me and said, "Do you want to taste it?" And I said, "Well, actually, I was hoping to eat it, but if you need me to lick it first, I can do that for you. Let's get that thing started." But no, he was just like, "No, do you want to taste it?" I was like, "How is that any different this time?" Don't know. So then he points at a machine. He's like, "In the taster." And I was like, "Oh, okay. No, I want that cold, please. That's how I like meatball subs." It's not a thing. So because my parents live in the South, I like to fly back and forth like twice a year. And the only connecting flight between here and Alabama is usually at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport in Texas. And last time I went, it was a 5-day trip, and I only pooped twice. Both times at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. And I was trying to figure out, like, why did that happen? Like, why did I do that? But I finally decided I just have this subconscious need to improve Texas every time I visit. Like it's fertilizer. Are we gonna grow a better tomorrow? Like when you see like news articles about Texas, is it ever like anything good? Is it ever like, oh hey, in Texas, this cool thing happened? Not recently. Not recently in the last 50, 60, 200 years. And there's always someone from Texas. Is there anyone here from Texas? All right, they can stay there. I'm okay with it. But I just think you're like really, they're all cocky to be from there. I'm like, you're really unlucky actually to be from Texas because you have about 1/3% of a chance of being from Texas, which is about the same chance you have of having a disease like elephantitis. And I don't know anyone with elephantitis who goes around bragging about the fact they have elephantitis. Like, I don't know anyone who's like, everything's bigger with elephantitis. I mean, it is bigger, and they say that, but usually not in that accent. It's just weird. Like, I don't know anybody who's like, don't mess with elephantitis. This joke's going on a little long. That's the point. That's the point of that. So, recently in my life, I had a little change. I adopted 2 cats unwillingly. Did that happen to anyone else in here? A 1-bedroom apartment. I'm a single-ish man. My girlfriend's here, so I'm not single at all. I would say that second part, even if she wasn't here, I promise. At all. I'm not at all. So, but anyway, the 2 cats, right? I didn't like want them, but somebody else at work like was moving somewhere and their apartment didn't take cats and I'm a pushover. And so I had to end up taking the cats. And I just think it's strange. It's a strange, you look at me, I'm like a young guy, like it's a little early to be giving up on life, but I did it. I don't know. The strange thing about cats is just, well, the weirdest thing I've noticed is like when I'm pooping, they'll come in and like rub themselves on my legs. You know, like both of them at the same time. Like they ignore me every other time. All the rest of the time, I'm chopped liver. Actually, they like chopped liver. But when I'm on the toilet, they're like, oh, your legs are stripper poles. We have you alone. There's stuff coming out of you. You won't be going anywhere for at least 3 more minutes. That's true. So I don't have like a really great joke to end this thing on, but the last thing about cats that I was going to say is that I have a really great screw up to the punchline of this joke, but I'm going to tell it anyway. is a really great way to figure out if my lunch meat is bad. And if it's bad, I'll like take it out of the fridge and I'll like knock it on the counter and I'll like open it so it's like really loud. And if I still can't see any cats, my lunch meat is bad. That's my time. I'm Adam Holwerda. Thanks for enjoying me. Thanks for coming out to Jokes. I'm not leaving because I'm the host. I'm going to bring up the next guy. This guy's very demanding. Why isn't he leaving? So your first comic, he does comedy all around Reno. You might have seen him at Pioneer Underground or Catch a Rising Star. Any other open mic you can think of? Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Pickett. You can just come out of the audience. That's good.
Thank you, Adam. Yeah, go for it. Just do your thing, man. Do your thing. Woo! What's up, guys? Woo! Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. This is an awesome place. Big crowd. About 27 people here. It's a big crowd. I'm the only comic you'll see here tonight with a neck tattoo, which is a bummer, but it happens. Anybody else here have a neck tattoo? You do? So you join the line with me. You regret yours? Do you regret yours? Sometimes? I do all the time. My neck says can't be broken, but when I look in the mirror, it's backwards, so it just says regret. All the time. Anybody here married? Married people? Woo, no? Nobody? You two? Awesome, yes. 2 curses, 2 people, awesome. I'm married. I don't have a ring on, which is why I'm still sleeping on the couch. I lost it somewhere, God knows where. I'm married. I'm 23 years old. Being married at 23, it's different. It's kind of difficult. I think the hardest part about being married at my age is all your friends, they become a pain in the ass. They really do. Because they insist on telling you how much fun they're having being single and how much of a fag you've become now that you're married, right? They'll be like, dude, last night was crazy. We went out to Club Herpes. Fuck, I don't know what the fucking place was. It was awesome, dude. 2 chicks blew me for what they thought was ecstasy. Totally fucking ibuprofen, bro. But they must have had a placebo effect or something because they were blowing me all night long. I'm just like, oh man, that sounds awesome. That's great. I got a new shower head. You want to go check that thing out? Puts out so much water you can't even tell I'm crying in there. Cleaned out my wife's car. Smells like black ice. My balls are hanging up in the rearview mirror. You should check those out too. Want to play some guitar here or something, man? Get drunk, whatever keeps you from leaving, man. Please don't leave. No, being married isn't all that bad. I mean, it is sometimes, but for the most part, I'm happy. My wife, she likes to ask me random questions all the time. She asked me this question the other day. She's like, do you masturbate? I was like, no, I don't do that at all. But of course, it's a lie. As soon as she goes to work, I play Wherever I Left the Stain, right? And so the other day, we're at the mall, and she's like, I want to get a black light. And I'm just like, that's, I don't know if that's such a good idea. The power bill's kind of high. But, she does whatever she wants, to save me a headache or whatever. So we get this black light, and we go, she's so excited. We get inside, and she's like, oh my God, black light posters, this is going to be so great. And immediately, as soon as she turned it on, 2 emotions, 2 seconds, her face went from, so happy to you son of a bitch. It was bad. It looked like I had housed a flock of seagulls in my room, and all of them had diarrhea, you know what I mean? Just bad. Pictures of her friends were just fucking cake, Woo! I felt bad because she actually sleeps on that pillowcase. Yep. Good times. Good times. My wife is pregnant. We're expecting our first kid at the end of this month, the 31st of July. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stoked for that. Excited. See, like when women are pregnant, well, my wife, I shouldn't say women in general. When my wife, she's easily distracted, because her pregnancy hormones are crazy. They're out of control, blah, everywhere. And she's easily distracted, like a pigeon, The other day, we're at the store, and she's like, did you just check out that girl's ass? I'm just like, immediately, no, what? No. Oh, babe, I didn't do that. I can't remember if I locked the front door like you told me to. Oh, God, I wish I could remember. Well, you better fucking remember. You see, this is why I get so angry, because you never listen to me. I should have checked the front door myself. You never do anything I tell you to do. What if somebody's in our house right now going through our stuff and my shoes? My shoes. Just like a pigeon. And just like that, she's feeding on the breadcrumbs of a made-up lie. Of course I checked out that girl's ass. She had it pop like it, drop it like J-Lo. Good times. But yeah, I've noticed that, being pregnant as a woman, that's got to be tough, Your body's going through all these changes, like you like to eat a lot, and like your back hurts, you can't sleep, And not only do you have to deal with that, but you also got the mental stress as well. It's like, oh, a kid's coming. Guys, we just get the mental stress. That's all we get, the mental stress. And I'll tell you, it's hit me pretty hard. Like, I've gotten some pretty weird dreams lately. The other night, I had a dream that my wife was laying next to me, and my kid pokes his head out of her vagina and goes, "Ah!" And I'm like, what the fuck? And then, like, he pulls himself, like, out of her, like he's getting out of a swimming pool or something, stands on the bed, "Are you ready to change me, daddy?" I'm like, oh my God, it was a nightmare. I fucking woke up. It's the first time I looked at my wife's vagina with no sexual thought behind it whatsoever. Crazy. I had another dream that she gave birth and the baby was black. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh man. She's like, what? I'm like, the kid's black. It's not mine. What do you mean, what? She's like, Ethan, you are black. I'm like, what? And she held up a mirror and I was Wesley Snipes. I shit you not. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I woke up. That was the entire dream. Crazy, man. Stress is wearing in. I got to shape up my act, man. I do. About to be a father. Any guys here pee in the sink? Anybody? No, I'm the only weirdo? You pee in the sink sometimes? Not regularly? I do regularly, all the time. At home, public, doesn't matter. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care. But it really is a bad habit, because every time I'm in public and I do that, like I'm sitting there peeing in the sink, just let it flop over, no aiming whatsoever, just sit there, relieve myself. But the urinal itself is always caked with piss. And I'm just like, well, I can't leave it, because the next person behind me is like gonna think like I did that shit. So now I'm sitting there wiping up a stranger's piss just so I can pee in the sink. It's a bad habit. I'm gonna be such a great dad. I think my main worry right now is my kid's gonna be ugly. It could happen. It can happen. It happens all the time. Freaking Malaysian kids and shit. Like, I'm not saying like Malaysian people in particular are ugly, but I'm just saying like every time you hear of a kid with like a major deformity or something, he's like always from like some fucked up country. Like some kid from India with like a cock made out of fucking rhino lighting, and he's like towing like 7 cars. People are hanging out the window like, fuck yeah, cheering him on, throwing handfuls of dirt or whatever. Some Taiwanese kid gets in the Guinness Book of World Records because he gets like an arm growing out of his ass or some shit. Now that I'm about to be a dad, what if that's me? What if that happens to me? My kid could be ugly. That could totally happen. What if my kid has 2 faces? What do I flip a coin to see which one I feed and talk to? Fuck no. I'm gonna look at his mom. See, that's what happens when you smoke pot during pregnancy. Then I'm gonna turn to little Schmeagle and be like, redo, man, I'm sorry. Here's a bus pass and some drink tokes to the Atlantis, man. Good luck in life. Man, having an ugly kid has got to be like talking to somebody with a lazy eye. Like, you're not quite sure how to look at him, like... After a while, you talk to him a little bit, you just kind of want to puke in your mouth and walk away, Good times, good times. I think I'm out of time, so it was good talking to you guys. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys have a good time. My name is Ethan Pickett. You guys have a great night.
Ethan Pickett, everyone. Give him a big hand. So how you guys feeling so far? Pretty good? Pretty good? Don't get up and leave now. We got another great comic on the way. This next guy has a fuckload of talent. He told me to write that, I don't know. He's really nice, and he's been seen at plenty of various places. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Give him a big hand, Dan Wise. That intro.
Don't blame Adam. I wrote that all down verbatim with the stutters and the everything, so that was me. Yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. This is awesome. This is like a standing room only. This is great. Some of you guys don't know me. My name is Dan Wise. Some of you guys do know me. Still, my name is Dan Wise. I'm moving down to LA in about 3 days, and woo, yeah. Boo, dude. All I wrote was LA jokes. No. But so I'm moving to LA. One of my friends actually moved down there before me, about last November or so. And so before he moved down there, he's one of like my best friends. We went out and we got drinks together, you know, just bar hopping, you know, saying our farewells and stuff. And after a while, I got pretty drunk. I'm not gonna lie. And I looked him right in the face. I was like, "Hey, man, hey, if I ever get married, I want you to be my best man." And I don't know why I say I got drunk before I do it. Like, that's not something I do. I just go, like, get hammered and bro pose to dudes. Like, I don't just, like, hand out proposals. But I meant it. I did. Like I said, he's one of my best friends. And so he went home and told his girlfriend that I made him my best man. And his girlfriend told my girlfriend that I was actually ready to propose. Yeah. So now I have to tell my girlfriend of 6.5 years, no, I'm not proposing to you. I'm bro-posing to my best friend I've known for 4. Yeah. That whoever I marry, if that day ever comes, you're the guy I'm gonna be with. You, 6.5 years? I don't know. I need more time. I did give him a ring. It was a 1995 Dallas Cowboys replica Super Bowl ring. He really likes the Cowboys, and I'm a nice guy. No ring for her. So some of you guys actually might know, we did not get married. I did propose to her, though. I proposed that we should break up. And fun fact, she is here tonight, and that was the first time she has heard that joke. Ashley, my friend slash ex-girlfriend, is right there. That's what I do, by the way. I'm a comedian. I make fun of the people I care about. My dad is here. I've written plenty of jokes about him. But to be honest, if you are here and I haven't written a joke about you, I don't like you. Go fuck off. Seriously, though. But yeah, so we broke up. I moved out. I moved to Somerset. And you guys know where Somerset is? Yeah. I'm going places. For you, those of you who don't know, it's a country club on the way out to Verdi. It's like way out there in the hills. Not a lot of diversity in Somerset. Not a wide group of people. I mean, there's a little diverse. I mean, they have like doctors and lawyers and CEOs. Women, they allow women there. It's a new age community. I was at the bar there. They have one bar. I was at the bar, and it took everything in my being not to just yell out, "Look how rich and white we are!" Because that's what it is. That's what Somerset is. It's like Orange County white, like I'm about to experience. It's Orange County white. Like they're still afraid of black people. It's either that or zombies. They might be afraid of zombies, and that's why they moved up into the hills to, you know, prepare for the zombie apocalypse. Maybe that's why they have so many fucking roundabouts. All right? The zombies, they get confused, all right? They just keep on going around in a circle. All right? They don't know how to merge. They're like Chevy Chase from National Lampoon's European Vacation. Roundabouts. Revolving doors. Sever the brain from the head. That's how you kill black people. Zombies. That's zombies. Just pepper in racism. So I invented this game. There's this game I like to do. I used to work at the El Dorado, and it's the best casino game in the entire world. And it's free, too. What you do is you walk in the casino, and anytime someone wins some money, hopefully it's a lot of money. The more money, the better. They win some money, you just lean in. Just lean in so they know you're there. They feel your presence. Then you just whisper, "You're welcome," and you walk away. And that's it. That's the entire game. It's kind of like gambling in itself, because 99% of the time, nothing happens. They think you're crazy. 1% of the time, they think you're penny slot Jesus. Come down from heaven to solve all their problems, turning a couple pennies into a shitload of pennies. He's making miracles, people. You're welcome. You're welcome, my son. The fuck are you doing? Max bet, you asshole. You don't hit a progressive unless you max bet. Penny slot Jesus, he's looking out for you. Wants you to hit progressives, get into heaven, in that order. Another game I invented. I used to work at the El Dorado. I said that already. I parked cars at the El Dorado. That's what I did. I was a valet. And we parked our cars underneath the hotel. Downstairs we had like our own personal garage. And so we didn't die to like carbon dioxide poisoning from all the exhaust. They have this huge ventilating system, right? And it pulls out all the air and it just exit right there on Sierra Street, like right where the cars leave. So there's just air just blowing up, right? And then during the summer, some females wearing dresses, you get like the Marilyn Monroe effect, whether they like it or not. Now I'm trying to use these words delicately because I'm about to say some really pervy shit. But fuck, like we're 20-something-year-old dudes who get bored at work. Like, what are we gonna do? So it's this giant fan, and like that's what we call it. We call it the fan. So if you see these like elements come together, you yell out "fan," and everyone at work, and I mean everyone, stops what they're doing and just looks at the fan. It's what we do to pass the time. And like generally we're nice guys. We try not to call out on everybody. I have a coworker, let's call him Dennis. He'll call a fan on anybody. It doesn't matter. 8 years old, 80 years old, mentally challenged girl, a guy in a kilt. It doesn't matter. He will call a fan on anyone. And for the longest time, I was just like, Jesus Christ, Dennis, like, have some respect. You're just fanning everybody. But then I thought about it. He might be the most morally straight and just out of all of us. Because he doesn't see people based on their creed or race or age or any background at all. We're all the same people. Dare I say that Dennis is Christ-like. And we should strive to be a better person, much like Dennis is. Dennis is his name. I don't know why I always act like I'm making up. Yeah, it's Dennis Carr Urashinas. That's a joke that one person here gets. All right. Next joke. So like I said, I'm moving to California. We're talking about, treating people equally. So I think it's a good time to talk about same-sex marriage. Recently, they repealed DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, and Prop 8, which I think is great. Is everyone here joining me in that for same-sex marriage? Fuck yeah, right? Just join me. Gays, 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 gays. You don't like it that much. Okay. I'm totally for same-sex marriage. And I also like to debate and make people look like assholes. So what I don't like is when people are against same-sex marriage and they'll quote they're tainting the sanctity of marriage. I could be wrong, so you can fact check this for me, but I don't think two dudes have ever accidentally got pregnant and then been peer pressured by their church or their family or their peers to get married. For the kid. I don't think that's ever happened. So I don't know how they're treading on the sanctity of marriage. That conversation would never happen. Just a gay couple, babe. So a while ago, I got blackout drunk. I went downtown and filed for an adoption. Seven to 10 business days later, I got the form back. And I filled it out, and then I went back downtown for the background check, and I set up an interview with everyone you know behind your back. I was still hammered, by the way. And then like we had to wait for a heterosexual couple to like make a mistake and have a baby that they weren't responsibly ready for, you know, because they have that kind of privilege. And then we had to get on a list. We had to get on a list until those exact events happened. Like there was like a trial period where we had to like bond with a child to see if it would work. So what I'm saying is about 9 months, ironically enough, we're gonna have a child. So will you marry me? Again, I could be wrong. I don't think that's ever happened. 2 kingdoms have never been brought together by an arranged gay marriage. By combining our sons' penises, we will now... It's called docking. I will not be talking to you after the show. So as you can tell, a lot of my jokes, they're like story. They're a little longer. They've got like a narrative built through. But I also do like to do like little one-liners. So I'm going to just throw that out there and do some one-liners for you guys. I'm not asking for approval. I'm still going to do them. Thank you. I'm going to talk to you after the show. So again, no offense to you, but I only like women to give me a rub down. So I guess you could call me a misogynist. Yeah. You won't get all of them. They're next level jokes. Hey, have you seen how much weight Jen has lost? I swear she's looking more slender and skinny. Dare I say she's never looked more rapier. If you don't get that joke, you don't know shit about swords. Thank you, Ryan. That's all I needed. I needed one person to know what a fucking rapier was. Ah! You know what, guys? Neil Diamond wasn't always an egotist. He wasn't always a crazy fucking asshole. In fact, he was actually pretty nice back when his name was Neil Carbon. True story. My accountant called me the other day. He's like, hey, Dan, you only have $15 in your checking account. You probably should hire an accountant. His name was CeeLo Green. It's good wordplay. Solid. What do fans of Rolling Stones order when they're in New Jersey? Mick Yager bombs. All right. All right, so speaking of Irish, am I the only one who likes to drink Irish coffees on the way to work? I love Mick cafes. When the lead singer of Black Sabbath turned to Christianity, he changed his name to Ozzy Reborn. Teddy Pendergrass always plays what the audience wants to hear. Pendergrass. He panders to the audience. His real name is Pendergrass. I learned that from the Nutty Professor. It's the only reason I know that guy. If I have a kid, when I have a kid, I'm going to name it Knowledge. That way it's okay when I drop it. When I was a kid, I called Brussels sprouts the truth because I was always spitting them out. Spitting out the truth. I'm going to open up my own line of teas that are specially designed to be aphrodisiacs. They're called cock teas. Arkansas's favorite dessert, inbred pudding. I like to think I have a healthy sexual appetite because at least once a day I like to stick my penis in an apple. I have a newfound respect for Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. Boom. I get the same like response, laughter or groaning. It's all good. It's all good. But thank you guys for letting me come down and tell jokes to you guys. It's been really fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you. But yeah, so I'm moving to California for like the 4th time I've said that. And I'm going to miss Reno. I am. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss Reno. I'm going to miss everything about Reno. I'm going to miss like downtown, you know, Sparks, Lake Tahoe, Truckee, all that. Donner Lake, I'm going to miss all that. Speaking of Donner Lake, most ham-fisted segue of all time. But seriously, speaking of Donner Lake, that's just kind of fucked up that we named it Donner Lake. Like, that's where him and his family died. Like, they were traveling to California, they got caught in like this really shitty storm, and then died, but not before succumbing to cannibalism. Let's name it after them. I hope that somewhere someone told John Donner that they named it after him. Like, hey, wait, John? Are you John Donner? Did you know that we named a geographic location after you? It's like, where? Right here. Oh, right where I died. Yeah, it's great. Like, people, families, they go there to picnic and like cabin and, oh, you should see it during the summer. It's so beautiful. It's so sparkling during the, yeah, I didn't get the chance to see that. Yeah, wait, what are those? Those are jet skis. You just go whizzing around, water's in your face. It's great. Oh yeah, those are cars. Cars, yeah. Oh, you don't know what cars are. They're like little boxes with wheels. Yeah, you can get over the pass in like an hour and a half now. An hour and a half. That's how long it took me to saw off my son's arm and eat it. My name is Dan Wise. Thank you very, very much.
Dan Wise, everyone, give him another hand. So we're going to take about a 5-minute break. You guys can all go refill yourselves or whatever. I don't know if that happens. Smoke a cigarette, stare at some more pretty women, and we'll be back in 5 minutes with the second half of the show. Hope you guys are having a great time. Also be careful if there's any cameras near you, don't hit them.
Well, I snuck to a window to leave her a note. Will you come meet me at the back of the grove? All the trees were in bloom. That sweet smell in the air. We were traveling together. We were young, we were scared, yeah. Swam in the lake. We watched fireflies by night. She was my princess, and I was her knight. But her daddy didn't like me. He ain't like how I look. He said, leave that boy be. And that's all that it took, yeah. Don't forget the sweet molasses. I won't leave a crumb. Don't you just sit there laughing when you know how bad I need some. You know how bad I need some of that shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. Shoe fly. You can make it for me in the morning. I like it if it's hot or cold. Make it for me in the evening, baby, when the sun is gone. You can make it in the evening when the sun is gone. You can make it if the house knows late. Now you give it to me right on time. Well, I like it in the kitchen and the living room driveway. I don't mind if the house on fire. I don't care if the house on fire. Give me that shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. Why maybe throw the biscuits and wine, but I always have room for that shoe fly. Well, I like it in the middle of the night, under the stars and the moon, and I get so high on your ever-loving pie. I like it from June to June, yeah, I like it from June to June. Well, I must be blessed 'cause I had the best, and I seen the light coming through your dress, and all my friends, they understand why I would kick and cry, wouldn't mind dying for just another piece of that heavenly beautiful shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. Just a little bit of shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie. What another piece of shoe fly pie. Shoe fly pie.
Hey everyone, I'm back. So I got a personal question to ask all you guys. Is anyone high right now? A little bit. Did anyone drive here high? Oh, okay. Because like driving high to me is like a nightmare, right? It's like driving is great, smoking weed is great. But driving high is like somebody being like, hey man, you gotta get on this 3,000-pound bike and go through this obstacle course. Which I never like doing. Driving high for me is like the weirdest, scariest thing. Like I was driving high in Reno one time and at night downtown, and I went I was just driving and then there was a light turning yellow. I freaked out, I slammed on the brakes, stopped. Then the light turned red. Then a couple of cops led a guy wearing a Grateful Dead t-shirt across the crosswalk in front of me. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, if they're gonna arrest that guy for wearing a Grateful Dead t-shirt, what are they gonna do to me? I actually did something illegal. They didn't even notice me. So that was good. I think a good anti-pot smoking slogan would be, doobie doobie don't. Don't do it. I don't think weed makes you forget. I think it just like lets your brain cells know they don't gotta work for the man anymore. They're like, hey, we don't gotta keep filing these secrets into this government vault. We can go listen to music and think about philosophy, and forgot the rest of that joke. As you would. So I'll bring up your guys' next comic. You might have seen him on Showtime. Or heard him on Sirius XM. or something called comedy bombs. I don't know. What's that thing? But Marc Yaffee, everyone. Give him a big hand. He's a great guy.
Go for Adam, everyone. Come on, let him hear it right there. Adam, right there. Yes. Awesome. Happy ARTOWN. You guys all enjoying the... Yeah, it's awesome. Did anyone see the live performance artist downtown today? I saw him right there off of Virginia. And second, he was making a big figure eight. He was a homeless guy on the side of the wall. It was awesome. Love it. Yeah, it says love the class. Reno's great, man. It's good to be back, though. I was just up in Oregon, state of Oregon, full service fueling and assisted suicide. No shit. They will fill up your gas tank and turn off your oxygen tank. What's wrong with those people, man? And then we were in Montana, the whitest state in the country. You guys been? Montana is so white, we'd even see a black bear. You see a brother in Montana, you take a picture. It is like a Sasquatch sighting. Dude, that was a black guy. Did you get a picture of that shit? Let me see your phone. They won't believe us. This shit's blurry. Here. Hold on, we got proof of life right there. Footprint, size 13, Air Jordan. Get that shit right now. In Montana, everybody is drunk. Everybody is pissed. Everybody is armed. It's like Texas with snow. I see Governor Rick Perry of Texas says he's going to resign as governor. He wants to try to become president again. Did you see him last time around? Really? Anyone familiar with Rick Perry, Governor Yosemite Sam? I was watching those Republican debates last year, but he got up there looking all presidential. Then he opened his mouth. Even George Bush was like, shit, this guy needs to learn to enunciate. Rick Perry. I would have voted for Tyler Perry. I would have voted for Katy Perry. I'd rather have two big boobs in the White House than one. I like watching the whole political process. I like all the gossip and all the behind-the-scenes shit that goes on. That's always the most intriguing. Like the Secret Service busted in Colombia a few months back while guarding the president. They got busted for hanging out with hookers in Colombia, right? First of all, sir, Secret Service, learn the title of your job. Learn to keep a fucking secret. Right? Busted for arguing with hookers over the high cost of their bill. They can finally a government employee exercising some fiscal responsibility. They busted 8 of those Secret Service agents. The next day, Bill Clinton was on the phone. I want those guys in my advance team pronto. Fire up my plane. We're taking a fact-finding mission to Colombia. It all started, see, President Obama was down there in Colombia, a big trade summit in North and South America. All the other countries pressuring the United States to start trade with Cuba. What does Cuba have that we need exactly? Thank you. Sugar cane and cigars, just what America needs. More diabetes and cancer. Here's the trade I want to see with Cuba. We get 3 left-handed pitchers. They get Rosie O'Donnell and the Jonas Brothers. While you're at it, throwing Justin Bieber. Get his little Canadian Muppet ass out of here. I've had about enough of him, too. Huh? You guys, we are doing shows in Canada. We found out they have a KKK in Canada. It's like, why? It's like 1K per black person in Canada. You know if there's a KKK in Canada, they got at least one French Canadian in the KKK. Or as he would call it, the Ku Klux Klan. KKK in Georgia is attempting to adopt a highway for litter removal. That is awesome. Trash picked up by white trash. Oh, I got to be politically correct. That's Caucasian refuse. That would be one scary road to get caught drinking and driving. Cop pull out of your car like, oh, shit, officer, I don't know what happened back there, man. I was just driving along. I hit a big white cone. Come on, KKK, only organization dumb enough to have a uniform with a dunce cap. I had a white supremacist get right in my face and say, you minorities all need to go back to your own country. Like, sir, I'm Native American. I'm in my own country. Last time I checked, you weren't on the guest list. I'm not full blood. I'm not even, he started messing with the guy. He goes, what tribe are you from? I said, I'm a California Sioux. I said, so far I've sued Walmart, I've sued McDonald's. I'm suing my agent. He booked me in San Angelo, Texas during rodeo week. Me and 3,000 drunk cowboys. You do the math. Dude, I felt like Michael Vick working at Pitco. We can laugh at Michael Vick jokes now. He served his time, 14 dog years. Any of my people here, Mexican, Irish, Navajos? Any Mexahos? Aztec Navajos? Any Azhos? No? Any hoes? Where are the hoes? Dude, I did that line in San Francisco. 8 Asian folks jumped up. Ho family! 8 ho here for the show. I love San Francisco. Man, this is the most authentic Chinese food in the world outside of China. It is so authentic, even your bill comes in Chinese. I'm like, excuse me, sir, I do not remember ordering 2 Nike swishes and a tic-tac-toe. Chinese restaurant, one place, people always turn racist. Because everybody makes fun of the Chinese waiter, even Chinese people. I hope on their day off, I hope those Chinese waiters go over to Burger King, make fun of that stoner white kid working behind the counter. Oh, dude, I was so stoned. I accidentally put a French fry in the milkshake machine. Trying to avoid the junk food, man. We stopped at Burger King coming back from Oregon the other day. The guy that took my order's like, sir, will that be for here to go? I'm like, dude, we're in the drive-through lane. I know I was high when I got my food, only had 3 fries and half a Whopper. We were in Washington. They have recreational marijuana now in Washington. They just passed man. They just passed Proposition 420. Go figure. It's awesome. I cannot believe they motivated enough stoners to get out and vote. That is just so awesome, right? You know there's a couple of guys that stayed home and rolled their absentee ballot into a fatty, right? You know? And we're adults. If you can handle it responsibly, you're not operating machinery or a school bus. You want to smoke weed, just smoke weed. It's just, we put too much emphasis on medical marijuana, recreational marijuana. If we're going to have medical marijuana for the terminally ill, I think we need medical methamphetamines for the terminally slow. Come on, let's get them some crank over at the DMV. Who's with me, right? You give me an 8-ball and 8 tweakers, I will clean up all the lines over at DMV. Shit. That would be a whole new operation. Tweakers working at DMV. DMV would be open 24 hours a day. Right? You get your suspended license back for like $4 and shit. Lock your car up though, because tweakers will steal your shit, turn around and try to sell it back to you. Hey, sir, check it out here, man. It's an all-purpose camping tool. It's a back scratcher, pocket fisherman, marshmallow cooker. I'm like, hey, give me back my damn antenna. I've been living in Nevada about 2 years now. So far, so good. Yeah, I'm originally from northern Mexico, or as the rest of the country calls it, Los Angeles. Yeah. Right? LA now stands for lacking Anglos. Right? You walk down to LA, white dudes see each other. Dude, what are you doing here? Hey, man, your girl's pregnant. I hope it's twins. We got to hang on to Redondo Beach. When I grew up in LA, OC, Orange County, OC stood for Only Caucasians. Now OC stands for Orale Cholo. Shit, California's broke, man. $15 billion with the B in debt. Their state bird is a buzzard. 911 is now a 900 number. They had their chance. So they had this lady by the name of Meg Whitman was running for governor. She's a founder of eBay, billionaire. I'm like, shit, you should have made her governor of California. You could have put California for sale on eBay, got your money back. Shit, I would have written the ad, for sale, fixer-upper. Includes 30,000 miles of shitty roads, 5,000 overcrowded schools, 30 million legal residents, and 4 to 5 million uninvited guests. Congress is debating immigration right now. They want to put an end to illegal immigration. I'm like, shit, you want to put an end to illegal immigration? Put Native Americans in charge of that shit. We won't get fooled on that one again. The proposal is, one of the proposals is, if we're going to have a border control, they want to finish a wall. They want to build a 2,500-mile-long wall 30 feet high between the U.S. and Mexico. Waste of money. Come on, you build a 30-foot high wall between the U.S. and Mexico. Mexico become the largest producer of 31-foot extension ladders. And pole vaulting become their new national sport. I mean, yeah, they'll be like, yes, we can, si se puede. You build that wall high enough between the U.S. and Mexico, Mexico will launch their own space program. We had the Apollo space program. They will have the Apoyo Loco space program. Shit, that'll be the first space shuttle with 147 men, women, and children on board. Get up here, mijo, you're driving. My license is suspended. I'm not going to NASA jail. I don't care if you're 12. You can reach the pedals. Get up here. They actually busted immigration, naturalization, whatever they call them now, ICE. They actually busted the Amish for hiring undocumented workers from Mexico and Central America. The Amish, did they think they were getting away with this? Really? Open up. This is the INS. We know you have some undocumented workers. It's okay, officer. I beeth Jedediah. These beeth my cousins, Hoseadiah, Jesusadiah, and Mariadiah. I like traveling around the country. America's fun, man. We got a lot of differentiations. The weather can get a little nutty. I was in Tucson for a July 4th weekend at Tucson, Arizona. I was 100 and holy shit. Right? Wow, my rental car came with oven gloves. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure their state bird is a roast turkey. What's wrong with those people? We were in Sun City, Arizona. We're doing a showdown. Go figure, Sun City, right? It was a retirement community. They were all excited to have the show and comedy, and they were awesome. They all started clapping. All the lights went off. Started clapping again. All the lights came back on. It was great. Shit. Hey, can I clarify something real quick? I want to clarify something real quick before I go any farther. Rednecks, it is wash, not wash. Latinos, it's library, not library. Right? Asian people, it's signal, look, then change lanes. Thank you. They'll never do that. Good rock. Thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of Indian casinos being a native comedian. That's just always fun. I was out there in Wisconsin recently at the Ho-Chunk Tribal Casino in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. Proud to say I'm now an honorary member of the Ho-Chunk tribe because I lost a whole chunk of money. Shit, they kicked my ass. I had a little Vietnamese blackjack dealer. Her name was Sun Yu Luz. And how about the Bonanza? That lady just hit an $11.8 million jackpot at the Bonanza. Yeah, she probably got like an $11.7 million IOU. It's a fucking Bonanza. Come on. She goes, yeah, unfortunately, your jackpot is worth 10 times more than our building. But so evidently I offended a few Bonanza patrons here. Sorry about that. Yeah, the gambling, they got celebrity slot machines now. You're aware of this. You've seen them. You've been around, right? They got Jeff Foxworthy slot machine, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley. They need a Dr. Phil slot machine. Right? Yeah, every time you lose, you'd be like, what were you thinking? Even if you win, like, you still got a problem. Nah, I'm done. I'm done gambling. I just cut out the middleman. I just walk right up to the cage, hand him my money, go take a nap. Yeah, I do a lot of traveling. When I went up to Oregon last week, I rented one of these smart cars. Anyone driven that sperm with wheels? Cars embarrassing. I got in the car and tested the horn. It's like, smart car. That'll go from 0 to 60 on the back of a flatbed. You can't get on the 80 or the I-5 in a smart car. You're getting passed by Winnebagos and wheelchairs and retired Amish people. Shit, dude, we got passed by the little yellow school bus. And when they went by, they had 6 dyslexic kids flipping us off. Hold on, we'll give ADD a couple extra seconds on that one right there. The one thing I like about the smart car, though, when you're done renting it, you don't even have to take it back to the airport rental car place. You just step on it and take it to a recycling center for redemption value. I got no business with a smart car. I've got no business with a smartphone. Right? I suck with a smartphone, right? I've called Verizon so much for tech support, I got downgraded to the GED plan. I'm now rocking the Motorola Moron. Come on, voice navigation, voice dialing, voice texting, that shit's not 100% accurate. Oh, down in the Southwest, I put on my phone, I'm like, Phoenix, Arizona. 18 hours later, I'm in Enid, Oklahoma. Right, you guys voice text? We're the voice texters, any? Voice texters? Edit your shit, that's all I'm saying before you hit send. Edit. My first smartphone 2 years ago, my then wife, at the time I put in that smartphone, like, honey, I don't need you to pick up milk. What came out on the other end was, honey, I don't need you, I picked up a MILF. I'm divorced. Any other divorced people here? Where are the divorced people at? All right, you and me. How long were you in for, brother? 6 months. You got out of there quick, huh? Dude, 22 years. Good job, smart. 22 years. I was a little slow on the 22 years. The worst part was I was just like 3 years away from my 5th blowjob. It was never going to work. We had a mixed marriage. She's paranoid schizophrenic. I'm obsessive compulsive. She would invite over imaginary friends. I would make them take off their shoes before they came in the house. It was crazy, man. She was crazy. She actually, we're in LA one time. We used to live in Southern California for a while, and we were going down there and driving through Anaheim. On the way to Disneyland, there was a homeless guy on the corner with the cardboard sign said, homeless, hungry with puppy. She rolled down the window. She's like, eat the puppy. I wish I was making this shit up. And ladies, I thought the new trend was when you break up with your man, you go for the newer, younger version, right? Isn't that right? Not my ex. She married some dude like 67 years old, like 20 years older than her. He's not even he's not even a sugar daddy. He's an insulin uncle. And divorce is tough. Did you have kids during the 6 months? Good, so you got out in time, dude. The divorce is tough on kids, even adult children. My 21-year-old's like, Dad, you're getting divorced. Who's going to have custody of us now? I said, you're 21. Visa has custody of you now. We got parents. Where are the parents at? Parents? We got? Yeah. Anyone else? Really? Good. Awesome. Good luck, man. Anyone else allergic to your kids? Every time you're around them, you break out in debt? Shit, they cost you a fortune, dude, man. And my oldest daughter is in college. She goes to St. Mary's College in the Bay Area. $43,000 a year. She is a performing arts major. $43,000 a year. I'm old enough to be your dad and broke enough to be your roommate. $43,000 a year. And my knucklehead cousin's like, shit, dude, she wants to be a professional dancer. Why don't you just buy her a pole? How could you laugh at that, sir? That's terrible. I would never let my daughter be a stripper. That would be embarrassing, her making twice as much money as me. I had a disturbing experience at Walmart today. A lady in front of me in line, I'm at the express checkout. The lady in front of me had tampons, extra strength deodorant, and bug spray. I'm thinking, no living creatures going near this lady tonight. Is it just me or the receipts getting fucking ridiculous? Are you serious? I had this receipt. It had my itemized purchases, my credit card information, a coupon, a survey, the manager's bio, the lyrics to Freebird. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Hey, why don't you take back the toilet paper? I'll just roll this shit up. I don't need that now. Come on. I think it's a good time though to be traveling around the country. I love summer, man. You guys head over. Anyone got to the lake and all that? Yeah. That's it. Travel. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let's get out of the house. Because my house, I don't have a very good air conditioning. I watch too much TV is my problem. 500 channels, right? Almost every group now has their own network. That's why it's awesome. You guys can give yourselves a round of applause for supporting ARTOWN, for supporting Studio on 4th. You came out, you turned off the TV, you shut off the big screen, because we got too many choices at home, right? 500 channels. Almost every group has their own network, too. Now, black folks have BET. Shoppers have QVC. Mexican, Irish, Navajos, we got Court TV. It's time for all Native American television networks, sir. We're going to call that TPTV. Yeah, there'll be shows like Survivor Reservation, Wheel of Misfortune, Whose Land Is It Anyway? I like you white people. You can take a country and a joke. That is awesome. Eh? I can say these jokes. I am half white. I feel guilty and oppressed. We go places people have never met, a live Native American. It's awkward sometimes. I'm not even a full-blood. It's still awkward. And people that get kind of weird, they start asking all sorts of crazy questions. Oh, you're Native American. Oh, I bet your children have beautiful tribal names. Like, yeah, a little big mouth and grounded till Christmas. Oh, can you share some ancient tribal wisdom? I'm like, I'm not even from the reservation. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm ancient tribal wisdom. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to get out of the rain. So it is awkward sometimes. I got this one. This is one. Do we have any other natives here tonight either? Just me. Part native. All right, you and me, we're going to party like it's 1491, girl. Let's go. But sometimes it gets awkward. People, like, because we get this, I'm part Native American too. You can tell by my high cheekbones. You wouldn't do that to any other racial group. You would not walk up to an Irish guy. I'm part Irish too. You can tell by my high blood alcohol content. I'm part African American. You can tell by my large white girlfriend. But all I'm saying, if you meet a native person, you got natives around. You got Sparks Indian Colony and Pyramid Lakes. You're used to it. There's places people have never crossed paths with a live, breathing native. And sometimes it's very awkward. My buddies and I were over in Omaha, Nebraska doing this. Omaha, that's right, Nebraska. Right, so you're actually from Omaha? All right, did you bring some steaks with you? Urington pie? Okay, yes. Everyone just yell shit out now. Come on, here we go. Omaha, Urington. I've got herpes. No. Anyway, dude, so but seriously, you would think Omaha sounds native enough, but they had never met Native Americans at the hotel we were staying at, because I had like five of my buddies, yeah. Anyway, my thumb has a little problem. 5 of my buddies and me, we have a native tour called Powwow Comedy Jam. Well, actually, it's 3 of us, but we were with some other guys, and they weren't sure how to handle all these natives. They had never seen that many. They wanted to bond with us, but they weren't sure how to do it. So my particular housekeeper picked a very strange way of doing it. She showed up at my door 6:30 in the damn morning. I get this knock on my door. She's like, hey, you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much.
Marc Yaffee again, everyone. Give him a big hand. So I got a special treat for you guys. Last but not least, one of my friends from Reno, not from Reno, from Pennsylvania, but when I moved here, I started doing comedy. This guy was one of the nicest guys to me. Funny as hell. Give him a big hand for John Ager.
Give us a raise. Go to hell. Hey, give it up for all the comics, ladies and gentlemen. My God. They're having a great time. And the band, give it up for the band. The band is a tremendous, the horn section specifically. Let me get this out of the way so you can see me. Fuck you. That's not funny. Been backstage with the water here. I love the water in Reno. It gives you the Zackleys. It's where your mouth tastes exactly like your asshole. I mean, this is worse than Philly water. So, anybody celebrating anything tonight? Anybody at all? No? Well, I have a child now. What do you think? I have a child, huh? At least until his parents pay the ransom. He's mowing the lawn. I'm not telling him yet to hold him. Oh, we're having a great time. It's just, crazy things out there today. I don't know what to do anymore. I just been having problems at work. We just got out of June. How many people saw June? Clap your hands if you saw June. See, none of us did. We were in the office the whole time, so, and it was just a bad thing. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that how many people miss winter weather? Clap your hands if you miss winter weather. All right, you all see him get up and beat the shit out of him right now. I hate that stuff. Snowboarders, skiers, is that what you are? No? Yeah, because I don't understand snowboarding or skiing. Why would you ever do a sport that has an ambulance waiting at the bottom of the hill? Does that make any sense to anybody else? This is crazy. And snowboarders are dumber than anybody in the world. Not only do they have rocks, ice, and snow, they decide to take shit from the garage and put it out there so they can gravel over that too. Morons, you know. I figure I'm going to end up on my ass, I might as well start there. I go tubing. Oh, yeah. But a fat guy on the tube is like a magnet to you skinny buggers. I get on the tube at the top of the hill, everybody dog piles on. Halfway down the hill, I lose the tube. Nobody notices but me. That shit hurts. Last year, my nephew got in trouble. He wrote his name in pee in the snow in the next door neighbor's yard. Now, that's not what pissed off the next door neighbor. What pissed him off was he found out it was in his own daughter's handwriting. Little cursive there. I was always pissed off at my grandfather. I said, my God, Gramps, you never have chapped lips. You've been a farmer in Pennsylvania in the winter for 25 years. Never had chapped lips. Why not? He says, come with me. We walk over to the horse barn. He lifts up the horse's tail. He rubs his finger on the inside of the horse's butt. And then he wipes it all over his lips. Gross, isn't it? I said, my God, does that make him soft? He says, nope, but it sure as hell keeps you from licking them. So we're into summer. How many people love summer? Clap your hands. Yeah, I know. Tubers, you all go tubing down the Truckee? Yeah, I don't go tubing because it's not really tubing for me. It's more like dragging ass. I'm like pushing fish and shit right in front of me. It's a hell. It's horrible. And the reason I don't like summer is I don't like amusement parks, especially ones with water rides. I just don't like them. I mean, the only ride in an amusement park that a big man could go into is the log flume. And where do you bastards put us? Right up front. Why? Because it makes a bigger splash. I had never been in a submarine before. We touched bottom, thank goodness. All the bottom feeders, lawyers, carp. The wave I created was a tsunami. It took out the Sea Dragon, the hamburger place, and Pooh's Corner. Wiped everybody out. We came out of there, when we came off the bottom, we were breaching like Shamu. That's how horrible this was. And me, I love to swim. I learned to swim the old-fashioned way. My father took me out in the middle of the lake and threw me out of the boat. You know the hardest part of learning how to swim? Getting out of that bag before them rocks drag you to the bottom of that goddamn lake. Yeah, he was rough. I love laying on the beach. I do. I love enjoying sunning myself as big as I am. Of course, Greenpeace assholes are pissing me off. They keep trying to shove me back in the water. Hurry, he's gonna die, hurry. The blowhole's closed. That's my asshole. Get away from me. I love swimming too, but the whaling ships are starting to piss me off. Everybody's always after the big guys, so. It's been rough. My sister's pissed off. She says she's mad about sexual harassment. Every day she says a man walks up to her, sniffs her hair, says it smells nice, and walks away. I said, what's the problem? She said he's a midget. I'll give you a minute. I got all day. Oh. There's certain phrases that people always talk to me about. They just tell you like, hey, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away. I'm not going to make it. I'll stop, drop, and roll, but I ain't hop, skipping, and jumping nowhere. You know? They say about fights, you know, run from a fight. I'm not running from anything. I'm going to have to walk from the fight. And if there is a fight, if somebody chooses to fight me, I'm just going to tell them right up front, I'm going to have to kill you in 2 minutes because I can't last 3. At 2 minutes and 10 seconds, we're stopping for a beer. I don't care where we're at. Oh, man. It's just been horrible. Anybody in here love cops in Reno or Sparks? Clap your hands. I'm an ex-cop. I was a cop for quite a long time. But how many of you idiots out there are just like me and you slow down for the speedometer cart? Anybody do that shit? Raise your hand. See? We're all morons. What do we think? A cop in a three-wheeler is going to come out like a midget? You know what I mean? I hate cops. I really do. When I was a cop, I was a good cop. I shot expert and non-expert and the newspaper boy and UPS man. Sort of missed it. They said you have to drag, for one of the tests being a cop, you have to drag a 180-pound dead weight body 50 feet. And I said, why? He says, because if a building's burning, you got to be able to drag them out. So if they're dead weight, they're going to stay. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? And they said, you have to jump this 8-foot fence, right? Get up, pull yourself over. Well, I was a little bit better shape than I am now. I don't jump anything, I run through it. I never lost a foot race in my life. I use the car. Tough on stairs, but the hell of them, it's not my car. I could care less. So, Men's Health magazine says that for every 15 pounds a man gains, he loses 1/2 inch of manhood. I've gone through a complete sex change at this point. I've got an innie, for Christ's sake. I gotta run my thumb up my ass and yell, snake, just to get that out front. Men's Health magazine also says 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea. What I want to know is, why does the 5th one enjoy it so much? And are they related to me? I just want to know. Here's another one. 5 million women in menopause, increased global warming. Coincidence? I don't think so. You ever think late at night, you ever wake yourself up with your own farts? And then nudge the person next to you? Honey, there's somebody in the house. Yes, dear, and they smell like shit. Go wipe your ass. You're a moron. I don't mind being big. I shop at all the normal places. XXLL Bean. I don't wear red anymore, though, because those little bastards keep yelling, hey, Kool-Aid! And that pisses me off. I do like to go down the Gap, though, and scare the hell out of them skinny bitches. Got anything for me? Mister, we're going to have to sew pairs together. And one size fits all my ass. Yeah! I bought a poncho that said that fits like a condom, for Christ's sake. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Yeah, it's been a rough year. I had a rollover accident. Anybody had the pleasure of this out there? No? Yeah, I'm traveling along McCarran, right near Meadowood Mall, and this Russian lady with 2 other Russian guys in this limousine runs a stop sign and hits me in the right rear. Now, it's kind of freaky that happened anyway, because I don't know what they were doing at the Meadowood Mall at 11:30 at night. Probably a drop point, but I'm in my Jeep and I'm driving along, and all of a sudden I get hit, and it's like, oh, this is weird. And you spin sideways, and I start rolling. And I got my seatbelt on, and I wind up where the passenger seat is on the ground. Rolled several times, I'm like this. And I know I've died. Because rap is on the stereo. And I don't play rap, I just don't listen to that shit. So I know I'm gonna die. And I'm laying there, and the guy comes running up because there's a lot of brainiacs in Reno. He goes running up and says, hey, you just rolled over. No shit. He says, you got to get out of there. Okay. So I unhooked the seatbelt. Gravity works. I'm now laying on the passenger side. I get up, there's no place out. All the doors are crushed. The only place out is a sunroof this big. I said, I can't get out. Call the fire department. He says, you got to get out. There's gas around here. Zip, I was right out. So I'm roaming around. Anybody had the pleasure, anybody in here with Remza? Clap your hands, because I'm going to pick on you bastards. Well, good, that's good. They're not carrying you out, are they? Are you okay? All right, there we go. So I'm walking around. I just had an accident. Remza comes up and says, you got to sit down. We got to take your blood pressure. Okay, I sit down. I'm shaking like a leaf. They take my blood pressure and say, Mr. Ager, you got to go to the hospital. Why? Your blood pressure is 289 over 196. I said, really? Do you think maybe it's because I just had a rollover accident? Thank you. You think maybe I could wait? Guy says, okay, Mr. Ager, we'll give you a few minutes. Thank you. And Reno cops are really, they're a trip. They're a trip. They walk over to me. I'm sitting on the curb, I'm shaking. First cop walks over. Have you been drinking, Mr. Ager? No. 5 minutes later, another cop. Mr. Ager, were you drinking? No. 10 minutes later, the sergeant walks over. Mr. Ager, have you had anything to drink tonight? Yes. They all listened. Ruined a perfectly good $1.69 McDonald's iced tea, bitch. And they have no sense of humor. You know where that sign is? It says Weight Watchers. Right there, that's where I rolled over. I got out and pointed to it. Which one of you cops put this up? Which one of you put this Weight Watchers sign up? This ain't funny. They didn't want to laugh. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Cops are a bitch. I think what you got to do, there's a lot of, well, there's the rodeo, there's all sorts of carnivals. Go invest in the most fun thing you can have, a laser pointer. You see 4 cops standing in a circle, hit one of them with the laser pointer right in the forehead. You'll never see fat pricks drop donuts so fast in your life. They'll hit the ground. That's fun shit, I'm telling you right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to have fun. Because cops are getting young now. They're so young, it's ridiculous. One gave me a ticket the other day. After he was done, he climbed up into his booster seat and drove off. He said he was allowed to have a gun because his mother was on a drive-along. And I got a surefire way. How many of you have been drinking a lot tonight and you're afraid of DUIs? You afraid of DUIs? Here what you do. When a cop pulls you over, shit your pants. When he gets a whiff of that, he ain't pulling nobody out of no car. It ain't happening. Should I get out, officer? No, sir, move along, please. You can frisk me. No, no, no. No, move along, sir. Oh, man. What else is happening? Anybody having a crazy day today? You all having fun? You all drinking? This table, yeah. Tank, how'd you get in here? Holy shit. Did you? Yeah. Well, we have some people that are doing Tough Mudder tomorrow from our work, so give them a call. Give them a yell. Say hello. Here's the Tough Mudder. Give it a yell. I love fucking with people. I love to go to Macy's. I love to try on the big female hats and then yell at somebody across the way that is not even there. Jesse, does this look good? Does this look good on me, Jesse? Get the whole place looking at you. Here's another fun thing you can do. Walk up to security at the mall, get real close to them, lay your head on their shoulder and say, security, I'm feeling insecure. They'll freak. Here's another one. This is fun for all the Burger Kings. Just pull up like I do. Excuse me, what kind of meat do you have for my buns? I want some large meat for my buns. Do you have meat with buns? What do you have here? Then when you drive up to pay your money, you go, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, God. Oh, man. How many people hate the draft? Clap your hands if you hate the draft. Hell, what? Hell no, we won't go. That's Vietnam, for Christ's sake. Here we go. You got it all wrong. I don't want 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds drafted. I think we should draft the most pissed off people in the United States of America. 55-year-old, balding, drunk, old guys like me. You give me a six-pack and a machine gun, I'm killing shit. And it might be in this country. You keep fucking with me. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, we'll go anywhere, okay? We don't care. We'll do it. We'll do it. And I'll even tell the girlfriend, hey, come on along. We're going to the beach. 60 of us old guys, we'll piss off somebody. You want to really win the war in Afghanistan? My sister has been married to her wife for 10 years now, which I think makes them both gay. I'm not sure. You want to get somebody fixed up in Afghanistan and kill everybody? Grab the lesbians. You tell lesbians that they're over there beating up women and dogs, they'll go over and kick the shit out of everybody over there. Because these women are wonderful people. They really are. They're nice to me. I love them dearly. But I'm telling you, they scare the hell out of me. I get into bed with one of them. I whip mine out. They whip theirs out. Theirs is bigger. That shit. But that's because women are always acting superior, right, guys? That's it. That's it. Women are always acting superior because they can fake orgasms. Big deal. Men can fake whole relationships. If you can fake love, you've got it licked right there. There's no doubt about that. And if you got that, you're dirty. But men are pigs, right, ladies? Men are pigs. You know why? Men are pigs because we certainly have more gas than women. I'm a firm believer that men have more gas than women because women don't stop talking long enough to build up any air pressure. And it's not so bad that men will fart. It's just that we all turn into a child when it happens. We will walk 40 feet forward, turn around, and see who walks through it. I like to do mine in the feminine hygiene aisle at the local Solaris. Especially when there's two little old ladies in there, because after about 5 minutes, they each think the other one did it. Either that or envy energy. Right before I get off the elevator, I let one fly. Next person on has no idea. So if you see me coming off an elevator, don't get on. Oh, well. How many people are afraid of flying? All right, first of all, give it up for Alex. His wife is going to have a baby soon, just like Ethan's. They're not sure who the mother is. It's a sad case. Sorry, Alex. No, it's going to be a girl, which is funny as hell. Ethan's going to have a boy, so he's okay. Alex is going to have a girl, which means he's got to make sure to watch out for guys just like him the rest of his life. Because with one of those, she's going to get all of these she wants, and that's just wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, shotgun, yeah. Oh, what were we talking about? Airplanes. So, who's a pilot? Really? I hope you're not going up tonight. Dude, you're the next one to fly into the mountain. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Hey, did you hear it? Yeah. How long have you been flying? You're 20. How long is your whole life, for Christ's sake? 26. Oh, 26? How long have you been flying? You haven't been flying for 26 years? You... Okay, so anybody who wants to take flying lessons or go flying, don't go with him. He's not sure of his age. Sit down, bitch. You could knock a buzzard off a shit wagon at 40 yards with that breath. No. How long have you been flying? 5 or 6? Holy shit. Are you from Nevada? No, Southern California. Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, I'm not afraid of airplanes. I'm afraid of those idiots that get you on the planes. First of all, we go to a place that's called a terminal. Doesn't it scare the hell out of anybody else? It does me. Then, when you get there, what's the first question she asks? Do you have any bags you're not aware of? I don't know. That's why we're here, sir. Then she has the gall to ask me, did you pack your own bags? No, my butler, Ahmad Rahim, did. And disregard the 4 alarm clocks, you asshole. Now we got to go up and we're going to get searched. I don't go through the x-ray screening machine. Number 1, because I don't fit. Number 2, because I haven't been touched like that in years. Me and him are having dinner tomorrow night. Oh, the women are rough. The women are rough. They wind up right before they get to you. Got anything there? Not now. You scared it out the back. I'm going to have to run my thumb up my ass and yell, snake, to get it back out front again. Then he says to me, you're going to have to take off your shoes. Why? Might be a bomb in them. I won't be able to reach it to turn it on. You're still going to have to take them off. Got anybody who can help me put them back on? So I'm walking into the plane barefoot. I don't understand why they search me. In front of me is a 5-piece rock band. Long hair, beards, backpacks, knapsacks. Behind me are a couple of guys that are from the 70s. They picked me to search. The one guy who needs a shoehorn to get the hell out of his seat and up the aisle. What do you think I'm going to do? Get halfway in the cockpit, get stuck, and make suggestions? Turn left or I'll breathe in and shit myself out. I'll kill them all. I'll gas them to death right here. Turn left, goddammit. And then I go to get on a plane. There's a little old lady standing next to the aisle. She says, would you like to sit next to the window? I said, why? She says, I don't want the wind to mess up my hair. Can I have another plane, please? I like to sit in the exit row because there's rules in the exit row. First of all, you must be 14 years of age or older, and in case of an emergency, you must be ready, willing, and able to unlock the door, open it up, take it off the hinges, set it to the side, and help people through. Bullshit. I'm hitting the door like Tim Tebow. Follow me! And if you're second in line, you're going to have a hell of a soft landing right here. What did I tell you about the seat cushions? Flotation devices. I fly between Reno, Nevada and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There ain't a whole hell of a lot of water in there. I do not want a seat cushion that is a flotation device. I want a seat cushion that's going to bounce my fat ass safely out of a Kansas cornfield. That's a seat cushion. Now, through all this excitement, I've got to go to the bathroom. Have you ever been in an airplane bathroom? They can't fit midgets in there. I've got to drop my pants and raise my arms just to get in. And then I find out I'm facing the wrong direction. I got to shuffle out, spin around, and shuffle back in. I tried turning around inside once. All I heard was a and I was stuck. Yeah. Something wet started running down my leg. Apparently my ass was pressing on the lotion button. And nobody told me don't sit on the toilet, create a seal, and don't flush. Nobody said that shit. I buckled the fuselage. My balls were dangling out of the plane at 50,000 feet. That shit hurts. Oh. Gays in the military. Anyway, I was talking about my sister and gays, and I have no problem. It's funny. People always talk about gays in the military. How many people want gays in the military? Clap your hands. Okay. So, whether you want it or not is immaterial because they've been in the military since the Civil War, you know? And I served in the Air Force for 4 years. I was in a foxhole most of the time. I have no idea why. Somebody said I was supposed to be in a plane, but nobody told me where. I was in a foxhole for most of the time. And I want gays in the military. I want somebody guarding my ass that might have a vested interest in it. Now, I have a friend who's gay, and he's been missing for over a year now. So we put his picture on Vaseline jars throughout the United States. Relax, it was the back of his head. 2, 3. Explain it to your neighbors. It's only dirty if you get it. Oh my God. Oh man, my brain is gone today. How much time we got? So, 2 hours. No. What? So, I'm having trouble now because I'm like any other guy. Women only want you to buy nice underwear for them. It's like you buying lingerie for them. They want to buy nice underwear for you. If it was up to me, it doesn't matter. Because once you get down to underwear, it's either coming off for bed or coming off for bed. You know what I mean? One way or the other, something's happening. So I have a problem sometimes because I love wearing underwear because it's comfortable, but it starts to get that little hole in the bottom. And all of a sudden when you're walking, all the shit drops through. So then you're walking down the boardwalk going like this, trying to get it back in where it belongs. And your girlfriend's looking at you, what the hell's wrong with you? I got to get these things. I can't reach down there. I got to bring my balls back up. It's uncomfortable, honey. And I like to go someplace, I want to get 150 pair of underwear for $1. That's all I want. Because then she won't mind either, because all you do is crumple it up and throw it away. Don't have to wash it, don't have to do shit. Right? No, I can't find them. I got to go to Casual Male Big and Tall to buy underwear. $35 a pair. Apparently, Ahmed the tent maker is in season. $35 designer underwear for me. Why? Have you ever seen a commercial where they go, well, you just pull this over your belly and it'll hold real short for you? You ever see a mannequin my size? No. There shouldn't be designer underwear for that. I went all the way to Casual Male Big and Tall, walked in, they sat out front, giant suit sale. I punched the guy right in the mouth. Giant suit sale, my ass, go to hell. You're not selling it to midgets. Oh, well. Sex. How many people love sex? Clap your hands. Sex is a lot like paintball. You run around for 30 minutes, get all sweaty, and then somebody might shoot you in the face. Is it weird to you that Kentucky and KY Jelly have the first initials the same? Is there something going on here? I'm not sure. I love sex. First time I ever had sex, I was scared, nervous, alone. I've had the same partner for 44 years. I used to switch hands and gain strokes. Now I switch hands, I forget what the hell I was doing in the middle. Bad times. My girlfriend, she gave up the pill. She switched it out for Valium. We have 6 kids now, but nobody gives a shit. I used to have a kissing cousin. Anybody have kissing cousins? I didn't. I had one kissing cousin, but then we gravitated to blowjob. There's no sense in going back. Are you people slow, or what's going on here? You got that one? It's all right. It's a cousin. It's not a big deal. It's not like we made a baby. Give it a break. She's from Tennessee, okay? Yeah, she was 3rd grade. Anyway, that's the only way you can find a virgin in Tennessee is 3rd grade. Yeah, sex is rough. I go into these hotel rooms sometimes when I'm doing comedy, and they have mirrors on the ceiling. I don't want to see that shit. I've seen me naked. I don't turn me on anymore. That's why I watch porn and other people, okay? I don't need a mirror. What the hell is that elephant doing drooling? Oh my God, it's me. You know? Getting bad out there. I like safe sex. It's safe for her. I'm on the bottom. which is good because according to her, I can only fuck up, so that's pretty good. My great-grandfather says he has sex almost every night, almost on Mondays, almost on Tuesdays, almost on Wednesdays. He says sex at 75 is like trying to shoot pool with a rope. I said, what about Viagra? He says, ain't no sense in putting a new flagpole on an old building, boy. Sex is crazy. I do believe in safe sex. I hate the fact that we have to have sizes now. When I was younger, going in to buy condoms was easy. You walk in, you buy a condom, you leave. They have sizes now. Medium, large, and XL. I'm not going up to the counter with a medium. I bought an XL. I had to use 5 tubes of poly grip to keep it on. Now she won't do me because it's all wrinkly. What do you mean gross? What do you want to talk about? What? You want to talk about penises? All right, well, I did exercise as a, I don't understand exercise. I think I told you. Jogging foams up my beer. And if God had wanted me to touch my toes, he'd put them friggin' things on my knees. I bought a gym membership, $600 for 6 months. I didn't lose a pound. Apparently, you got to show up. I'm on a diet now. Actually, I'm on 4 diets because one doesn't give me enough freaking food. Yeah, working out is, it just makes no sense whatsoever to me. So I took up the only exercise made for a man my size. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, golf. Yeah! Riding around in a cart, drinking beer, hitting a small ball with a large club, by God, that's exercise. You know the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A man will hunt all day for a golf ball. And if she's laughing, you ain't getting laid tonight either. So first time, shh. First time out, I got a 6 over. Was that good? No. It is great. 6 over. I found 6 more balls than I lost that day. I only joined for the sayings. Where else can I walk up to 3 beautiful women and say, mind if I join your threesome? I got a nice putter. My shaft's bent. I'll be right with you. I have to wash my balls first. And my favorite, you know, after 18 holes, I can barely walk. I'm standing in the clubhouse. I'm drinking a diet beer. You can believe in diet ice cream. I can believe in diet beer. And this lady runs up. She runs right up to the club pro, and she says, I just got stung by a bee. He says, where? She says, between the first and second hole. He says, your stance is too wide. Well, somebody mentioned to me skydiving one time. Anybody skydiving out there today? Anybody skydiving before? Have you? Yeah? There is not enough canvas in Barnum and Bailey's circus to keep my ass up off the ground, all right? But I went to one of the classes. I wanted to see what it was like. And there was a blind guy there, a blind guy skydiving. What's the point? Just lean into a fan, you dumbass. You don't have to pay all that money. But I finally got a chance to ask him a question. I said, you know, you're blind. How do you know when the ground is rushing up to meet you? He says, it's easy. My dog's leash goes slack. I heard, oh, as if it's real. Shut up. I wouldn't tell him when the ground was rushing up. I'd just yell at him. Didn't see that coming, did you? And then somebody said about scuba diving. Being a big guy and being a scuba diver. You know, they said because you're more buoyant in the water, it's easy for you to move. They're lying. I'm stretching and pulling and kicking and trying to reach and trying to move. I finally get the scuba suit on. I'm so freaking tired, I lay down on a rock. 3 weeks later, I'm on Sea Lion Monthly. Guy walks up to me, he hands me a belt. I said, what's that? He says, it's a weight belt. I punched him right in the mouth. I don't need a weight belt at all. No? All right, I'll throw that one away too. I don't care anymore. My head hurts. I'm going to San Francisco soon. It's where sticking a finger in a dike takes on a whole new meaning. There's two things I want to tell you yet. One is electric shock. Anybody ever have to wear the ankle bracelets that the cops give you? Nobody in here is going to admit to that one. But I think we should have electric shock collars for teenagers. And then electric fences that you can't see around your property. So as the kid takes off to get to his girlfriend, he hits that thing, shocks him, and he pisses himself right there. He ain't seeing no girl. If they go in front of you in line and give you shit, everybody has a universal remote. If you're over the age of 30, you get a universal remote. Zap their little ass, pow. Cut me off in a car, pow. Just for the fun of it, dance, motherfucker, dance. Dance, motherfucker, dance. So, I hate cemeteries. I think cemeteries are a waste of land. Anybody with me on that? Yeah. I think from now on, anybody who wants a cemetery plot for their family, they get one plot. You dig 40 feet down, and you stack them like cordwood. Last one to die gets buried with their ass sticking out of the ground. That way you can use them as a bicycle rack when you come to visit. Well, they say you're going back to the land. They put you in an $8,000 coffin that's sealed up. And then they put a 500-pound marble headstone on top of you. That's not going back to the land. You got to do what we did to my parents. Cremate them. They fought it like hell, but we got it done. What? And I didn't know my mom was that dense. I knew she was dense, but not that dense. Anybody ever get handed a box full of cremation ashes? Holy shit, that's heavy. And I asked the guy right there. I mean, I was trying to be nice. I said, where's the gold? What gold? The gold in her teeth. Where's the gold? We didn't find any gold. Bullshit! You got the... And then my sister, I'm the one who's bad because I take my sister's good flour sifter and go through the ashes. You people really need help tonight, I'm telling you. Because you're believing that shit. We're traveling cross country from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, all the way out to Reno, Nevada. I have $5,000 worth of stereo equipment in my car and trailer, all of my worldly possessions. Every night when we go to the motel, my sister takes my mom's ashes into her room. I said, what are you doing? She said, I don't want anybody to steal them. I said, what about the shit in the car? She says, we can replace that. We can replace this too. I can get ashes out of the dirt. So we had to scatter my dad's ashes. We went up to Crescent City, California. Anybody ever been up there? Very beautiful place. It took my mom 4 hours to figure out what part of the coast she wants to scatter Dad, right? We take him up there. She finally picks, this is the spot right here. The grandkids are along. They're 5 years old and 3. And my mother holds out Dad's ashes and say, here, want to spread pop-pop? So the kids are freaking in the car now, crying because they think we're going to water pop-pop and grow pop-pop all over the place. We're scattering the ashes. We're tired. We've had enough fun. We don't want to do this anymore. My brother has the last little bit of ashes in the bag, and he just decides he's going to flip the ashes out of the bag. So he takes it, he goes like this, whoosh. Now, if you've ever been near the coast of California, you know the wind coming off the ocean really comes up pretty quick. So now my brother is covered from head to toe in Dad. He's got some in his eyes, his ears, his nose, and his mouth. He's spitting. And at that point in time, my mother said, I don't think this is the right place to spread your father's ashes. So my brother looked at her and said with the greatest of ease, unless you got a fucking dustbuster, he's staying right here. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Ager. I hope you had a great night.
That's it, guys. You can stay. You can go home. But you can't, you can stay. I don't know, dude. So let's give another hand to all the comics who went up tonight. Ethan Pickett, Dan Weiss, Marc Yaffee, John Ager, and Adam Holwerda. That's me. See you guys next time. Hope you had a great night.